Welcome back, ALL students, and a big apology to Group 12 for the technical issues we had earlier. This video was developed with all of you in mind. Before we continue, that is how you can reach me. Drop me an email, and if needs be, we can schedule a live Collaborate meeting. This is your first application. This is your first assessment, and there are a few tasks required of you. Firstly, you must read those 3 narratives that are in your study guide. And then after that, if we look at this actual assessment, you are required to analyze one of the narratives by using the framework of Barton, Hamilton, and Brandt, by the way. And then you are instructed to conclude your analysis by reflecting on how the narrative possibly changed your views about literacy and becoming a successful professional. That is your assignment. That is your task. This video is just to clarify and explain the concepts in the framework that you are required to use. And we do not want to go beyond that until we meet next week. So in your study guide, this is how the framework is theorized for you. And you can see you have domains, you have practices, you have artifacts, you have events, and you have sponsors. And so what I'd like to achieve in this video is just to, through images visually, is to let you know what we are working with and how you should present your assessment by using these concepts. So we want to clarify the meaning of these concepts. When we speak about domains, we're speaking about places. So a school, an online Skype discussion, a WhatsApp chat. Each of these are domains where language is being used. And what I am suggesting to you, and that what I want you to think about, is that in the narratives in your study guides, you are also going to find various domains. So as you read, think about which domains are mentioned. When we speak about events, we talk about actual events where language is being used, such as in this image, an academic conference. An accountant's meeting where numbers and calculations and words are also being used. The JSC, where language is used in a very unique way. Also a bank. Okay, so each of these are financial, economically affiliated events, and notice that in one way or another, language is used. And so when you read those narratives again, ask yourself which events are being discussed. Artifacts are the tools or the communicative device that is used to communicate. So there you can see an old cell phone, probably long before many of you were born. Our voice is also an artifact, a communicative tool. Laptops that we're all used to. So we're used to, every time that language is applied, in one way or another, according to the framework that you must use, there are also these communicative or linguistic tools. Body language is also considered a linguistic tool. Lastly, sponsors. Well, it's actually not lastly. I need to speak about practices. But sponsors are the people that are involved. So when I spoke to group 12, we used the example of the lecture. So the sponsors were myself, Eybers as the facilitator, and then you, the individual student, and then all of you collectively as peers. So anytime there's a language related event, or anytime there's an event and language is involved, there are always people involved, and those are the sponsors. So when you read the narratives, ask yourself, who were the sponsors? Who were the people involved in the writers' narratives? And then lastly, that I don't have a slide here on this, is practices. So a practice is that any way that language is used. So are people reading, listening, writing, thinking, speaking? Body language is also considered. Are they running? Are they playing a sport? Are they dancing? Are they singing? Keep this in mind. So students, there you have the four concepts that I tried to illustrate for you, and I hope that it clarifies them better for you. You can drop me an email at any time. Take care.